wanted $2.something billion to renovate a building at the Fed. $2.1 billion. Well, this is $2.5 billion. But they're over budget by over $1 billion for one building. They're over budget over $1 billion for one building. $1 billion friggin' dollars for one building. This isn't even for building a new building. It's for renovating a building. What the actual F are they doing? If after a night of filling your rectum with vodka from a turkey baster, the cops find you changing a flat in the cereal aisle of a Piggly Wiggly and ask how much you've had to drink, and you say, nothing, are you lying? Well, no. Now, if they had been asking, have you been injecting? You'd have to say yes, but they said, have you been drinking? Well, no, absolutely. Yeah, Laura Sandhoop, absolutely not. In fact, you all can try to answer these questions. Stand by. The program will begin soon. A WNBA game got stopped in the middle of the game because one of the players lost their wig while they're playing, and they had to run off. And then some fan made fun of the player, and they had to run. And they kicked the fan out for making fun of a player losing the weave. Not the weave, it was a wig. Losing their wig. They had to have a timeout for the wig, a wig emergency. Which I'm like, why the F are you wearing a wig while you're playing basketball? But then yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, a game had to be stopped briefly because someone threw a big old green dildo on the floor. Someone threw a dildo out on the floor, out of the court. They had to stop the game. I don't know if they caught the person who sent the dildo, but the green dildo was on the court, and a good large number of the players had no idea what to do with something of that shape, but that's okay. It happened, and then someone made this t-shirt or this meme, pay us what you owe us, which has a dildo on it. So that was... Hey, you know what the really good interrupt violence through community-based bystander training? Yeah, if the bystanders beat the fuck out of someone who's attacking somebody else, that would be great bystander training. They could send them to the MMA gym, put them in an arm bar, smack them in the face a few times. Stop doing that bullshit. That would be the best community-based bystander training, but I don't think that's what he means. Anyway. And then the other one, they'll go back all the way to Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof's the other one, which, does anyone, okay, let me ask you something. A lot of you are right-leaning or on the right. Is there anybody in this, anyone you know of? Is there anyone that you know of on the right who supports or supported Dylan Roof? Because I know everyone I can think of who's like, Dylan Roof, fuck that guy. He went out and murdered people in a church. Fuck that guy. But the left is like, oh, he was a right-wing extremist. Nah, he's a fucking asshole. Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck Dylan Roof. Nobody gives a shit about Dylan Roof. Nobody claims him. Nobody wants him. He's an asshole. Okay? He's a little punk bitch asshole who killed a bunch of people in a church. Stand by. The program will begin soon. Reverend Robin Bartlett of First Church of Sterling, Massachusetts, uses John 1:14 in the Bible to justify why she brings her 11-year-old son to drag shows. This is what we're getting in the Rainbow Church. The Rainbow Church aren't exactly hiding. That's true. The Word became flesh and lived among us, and my body, your body, their bodies are home for the living God. That is why I take my 11-year-old boy to drag shows in the summer with my friend and fellow church leaders, Kate, and her 11-year-old boy. Especially if you're a man, bodies can be celebrated and played with. That's her message. What the fuck? California wants to let someone that is not related to your child remove her from school, him or her, enroll her in any other school in the state, authorize any medical treatment, including mental health services and drugs, without the parent's notice and knowledge or consent. Can you see what that might be a problem? This is not fear-mongering. I'm not being hyperbolic. She warned these are unintended consequences, and it is terrifying. They are unconscionable. They're unavoidable. So that's one of the really bad California law that they're coming with. I can't believe. I'm just dumbfounded that they're doing it. Now this is interesting. That new mayor candidate, the leading Democratic mayor candidate for New York City mayor, Damme, wants cops to stop responding to attacks on Jews. And by the way, Jews in the New York City are victims of the majority of hate crimes. Not a plurality, but the majority of hate crimes against people in New York are against Jewish people. And especially religious hate crimes. Anyway, 345 hate crimes in New York City last year, more than all other minority groups combined, according to New York Police Department data. And Jewish crimes accounted for 54% of the 641 total hate crimes reported to police in the city in 2024. Since the beginning of the year, 60% of the 123 reported hate crimes have targeted Jews, according to the New York Police Department. Well, Zohran Mamdani, the radical Islamist and leftist terror supporter, has proposed that the New York Police Department not respond to hate crimes, instead that they be handled by social workers. Either this shifts resources away from responding to attacks on Jews and moves away from having law enforcement deal with those attacks, and instead has his political leftist allies deal with them by burying them. Every day on my show, if I put something on the screen, or I'm talking about it, or it's a topic or an article that I'm presenting in this show, I provide links to every single thing that I've talked about, and even more, the ones I didn't even get to. I drop them in the chat at the end of the show, and also I drop them in the description. So if you want to find these articles, they will be in the links at the end of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Hey y'all, I'm still setting up the show, but that's okay because it's just Wednesday. Happy hump day! Everybody, welcome to Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight. On the internet, welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where Democrats have swept some elections. I find it humorous because a lot of pundits and influencers, the paid influencers especially, are very excited and are just giddy about all the Democrat success in these elections and all these Democrat areas. And I'm including Virginia as a Democrat area because they, I got to be honest, it was kind of a fluke that the Republicans had a governorship there. And it just, because that was, the Democrats fucked up so bad. But if you remember, Virginia is filled with government employees who are all furloughed right now or are all not getting paid right now. And, the Democrats have done a pretty good job of propagandizing them and believing that it's something that the GOP did to them. So anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff because there's a bunch of stuff that's trending and there's some articles and all that stuff like I do every day. But first, I'm going to say hi to everybody. Now, I didn't... Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I just had to look on this, see if I'm seeing this right. But who is first in the chat but none other than our young friend Midnight gets the bell! Woo-hoo! Well done, young lady. Well done. And also, good morning, Rexion, Puerto Rico. Nice to have you here live. I know you had some... What happened to your car, dude? I hope you're okay. Did you get injured or anything? I hope you're doing all right. As I scroll down, I'll see your reaction to what I just asked you because I'm at the top of the chat right now. Also, good morning. Let's see. Avocados Diably's in the house. And also, Avocados Diably has dropped a small bullet in the tip jar, aka 223, and that means you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Sponsor of the Day. Thank you, Avocados Diably, for dropping a small bullet in the tip jar. Whoa, you're not that sexy. Who says, using the Planet of the Apes thumbnail when talking about Democrats is a bold choice, sir. You caught that. Oh, shit. Can I get in trouble for that? No, I'm black. I can't be called racist. So anyway, yeah. We'll see what happens to New York City. Glad you caught that. That's good. Okay. Also, good morning to Ms. Wild Wolf is in the house. Mike Savage Blarg, who accidentally somehow I accidentally when I was trying to pin the little thing up there to the top of the thing, I accidentally hit Mike's button and scrolled too fast and clicked too fast. I hope that is he working again? I hope so. I think Mike Mike's good. Okay, you're back. I'm sorry about that. Unintentional. But good morning, Blarg. Nice to have you here. And also, the Pope is here, Pope Tyrannius III. The Blessed Lich. I almost said the Epic Lich. With today's blessing from the Father, not the Son, but from the Holy Ghost, who says, "Blessed of the divine dead, but remember, all trials of God are lessons, but not all lessons from God are trials. Gives lessons to teach you. He gives you trials to temper your spirit gives lessons to teach you. He gives you trials to temper your spirit and teach you." So there you go. There's the message of the day from Pope Ty. Appreciate that. Good morning, also Bookworm Attic, Blue-Eyed Scream, and Hidden Hidden Talent. You're the new guy. Welcome. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you stuck around and decided to come join us again. I appreciate that. Also, who else is here? I'm trying. Are there other people here, or is it just you 5? Oh, Attack Alpaca is in the house. Nice to see you. I said Blue-Eyed Scream. There is... Oh, Banks is in the house. What up, Robert Banks? What's up? And Miss... It's all the same people. You guys have been chatting up a storm. Evan S. is in the house. What up, Evan? And Lord Stanhope, good morning. And I think that's about it. So, anyway, who was afraid of getting yelled at? I'm not sure who. Oh, Mike Savage? No, I don't think... No, not at all. Gunfox is not here yet. And who did I asked a question earlier about and I'm trying to get the answer here as I'm scrolling through. Monko, I'll check your channel now. Oh, is Monko here? Oh, that's our young friend. Okay, I can't remember what question. I forgot what question I asked. Anyway, hi, how you doing? So let's get into the show because as usual, I'm late. I'm trying to get here earlier, but it's just not a good day at UPS today. Just saying. Let me change that. Not because it was a bad day at my job. Not because anything wrong happened where I work. But as you know, there's a big plane crash in I believe Louisville. And we'll talk about that in a minute too. That's a whole nother story. But I'm just not getting out of there early enough to start the show on time. It's kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, so let's start here with Hump Day, because it is Hump Day. And it's kind of tough to scroll on Hump Day. Oh wait, I gotta say thank you to everybody too. Let's say the thank yous first. That would work better. So first of all, in the people who have shared the show, many of you have just gone overboard on share the show. I love it. Thank you. Ms. Wild Wolf tweeting the show out as always. There's that. And also link in description, aka Somnable Nation. Are you here? I didn't see you. Are you here, Somnable? Maybe not. I didn't see you in the chat, but I'm sure you're here somewhere. Good morning. I'm going to say good morning anyway. Also, people who reposted the stream, that'd be Miss Wild Wolf. There's one. I can't, is it too early in the show to say that out loud? Well, who cares? Let's fucking go, man. Thank you, Ms. Wild Wolf, for that. What is this? Sound of Nation puts, remember, the 5th of November. Ooh. Ominous. Okay, here's the tough. I just thought of a tongue twister that's tough. Say ominous anonymous 5 times really fast. Ominous anonymous. That's not easy. I made up a new tongue twister. Ominous anonymous. Try it right now. Just while I got you here listening to me, try to say ominous anonymous 5 times really fast. That's not tough. Oh, is it also Guy Fawkes Day? Is that what it is? I didn't even look at that. I haven't looked up the holidays yet. Here you go. Reaction Puerto Rico. What you sent me yesterday, laughing about what New York's is going to be like. Giving me the Escape from New York meme. Did you catch that, y'all? Could you catch that? Yeah, some of you may want to get the hell out. Also, Mike Savage with the daily Let Us Go, and Ty Alexander and Reaction on Puerto Rico and Somnable Nation retweeting my post, and the daily Woo from Tyler Alexander. Thank you. Appreciate y'all for posting out the stream. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. In the immortal words of Elvis Presley, thank you very much. Yeah. You got that. All right, let me fix my face here, because I can't get the settings to stay where they're supposed to be. It pisses me off. So let's fix my face. I don't know if this is going to do anything worth a damn, but it makes me feel better for some reason, because I'm just like that, maybe a little white balance. Oh, that makes me look like Donald Trump, which, I don't want to look like Donald Trump. I'll support him, but I don't want to look like him. Jesus. And we'll do that a little more light. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. Oh my gosh. If I could keep that setting, let me see something. Does that work here? Yes, it does. Oh my gosh. I got to figure out that setting. It's perfect. I look damn good. God damn. Okay. Anyway. Hi. Yeah, I'm back. So, let's see here. Anyone else show up? I gotta pay attention. Who's got here? Okay. Let's start with Hump Day. Now, unfortunately today, I could not scroll very far on the Hump Day tab, but this one is safe for work and for YouTube. As I scroll just very so slowly, there is, it's good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day. And that takes care of AD for the day, at least for now. And then someone is here. Good morning. Happy Hump Day. Today is also Eat Healthy Day. My advice is to eat more food from the ocean. Swim, you fat bastard. That is hilarious. That's because, look, a good round of some pulled pork or some bacon or some shit. That's if as long as it's from the ocean, you got that pig swimming. Okay, I have to take this off the screen as I scroll some more, because there's some new ones on here and I am nervous about posting anything. Okay, that's safe. Here. Okay, this is one, and it's, I don't need to see into her uterus, but thankfully she has some genes over her vag, so at least I don't have to worry about that. Let's go on. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little farther. How far can I go here? What is this one? Oh no, I don't need that. That's some music. Here. How about a Wednesday prayer? How about that's because y'all need Jesus. Dear God, I come to you as humble as I know. I confess my sins, those known and unknown. Lord, you know that I am not perfect and I fall short every day of my life. But I just want to take time out to say thank you for your mercy. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my family, my roof over my head, the food that's on my table, the place where I rest, and everything I have. That's actually a pretty good prayer. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay, there you go. I'm not, I'm not the most religious guy, but I do appreciate a well thought out prayer. So there you go. And okay, apparently this must have reset because there's the naked body. I knew there'd be one eventually if I scrolled. Okay, and then on the happy hump day or the other one, is there another meme? There was another meme, but I can't find it. Oh, there's the naked body. Oh Lord. Well, if you scroll on the links today, especially on the one that's happy hump, some of you may enjoy it more than others. Let's just put it that way. Or you may all like it. I don't know. You all pretty freaky deaky to me. Other holidays today include National Stress Awareness Day. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more stress in the country. Well, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? We'll just wait and see. American Football Day. Why? I'm not sure. But hey, happy American football. National Redhead Day. Oh, Lordy. Show off your unique style and share your redhead pride with the world. It's all the gingers are out today. National Luke Day. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Luke. Another National Love Your Red Hair Day. It's also Bonfire Night, National Eric Day, Gunpowder Day, Melbourne Cup. Apparently, there's a big horse race in Australia. And World Tsunami Awareness Day. Got to be aware of them tsunamis, especially if it's headed your way. So there you go. There's the holidays for day. Moving on. And the day is celebrity birthday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it cuts like a knife. Everything I do it for you. Summer of 69. Run to you, somebody, heaven, one night love affair. It's only love. Yes, it's Bryan Adams' birthday. Happy birthday to our Canadian celebrity, Bryan Adams. Quite a great singer and all that stuff. So I saw Bryan Adams trending. I thought it was maybe because he said something shitty about Trump, because that's usually why celebrities trend, but it was because it's his birthday. Bryan Adams is 65 years old today. Holy shit. Makes me feel older than I felt yesterday. But anyway, happy birthday, Bryan Adams. Wait, for sure. I'm going nowhere near New York, LOL. I want somewhere pretty. Look, here's what I would suggest. Okay. If you want to plan to go to New York City, okay, you should probably do it within the next 30 to 90 days. Get in and out, and do your thing, because I don't know what's going to be like in New York. Look, here's a problem. I'm not going to talk about this shit. I'll tell you the problem later about Mamdani winning. There's a problem for him, not so much for New York, but there's a problem for him. So we'll see what's happening. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, other things happening here. Now, I mentioned a tough day for UPS. Yes, we had one of our cargo planes headed for Hawaii crashed at Muhammad Ali International Airport, which is the airport in Louisville, Kentucky, which is where our main, we call it our main hub of UPS. Most of the flights originate from Louisville, Kentucky, and head out to other parts of the world. And we have a giant processing center, whatever. UPS MD-11 freighter flight 2976 crashed into an industrial area shortly after takeoff from the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport on Tuesday evening, erupting into a fireball that killed 9 people and injured 11 others. The plane struck Kentucky Petroleum Recycling and Grade A Auto Parts, igniting explosions from its 38,000 gallons of jet fuel, prompting an airport closure and shelter-in-place order. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear called it a catastrophic event, while UPS expressed devastation and committed to the NTSB investigation as recovery efforts continue amid the hazards. It was interesting. There was this guy in his truck on his dash cam watched this happen. Here's the guy, and I'm sure that he's in his truck, and
oh shit!
yeah, that's yeah, I can understand the reaction. I'd have been just the same. So here's what the blaze it looked like in Louisville. New York Post reported on this. UPS plane crash leaves at least 7 dead, 11 injured after fire explosion. At least 7 people were killed and 11 injured when a UPS plane crashed in a colossal fire explosion, leaving a long trail of flames and destruction shortly after taking off from Louisville's Muhammad Ali International Airport on Tuesday evening, according to officials and wild footage. 4 people on the ground were killed and 3 people who were on board the flight were presumed dead. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg said the numbers were expected to grow as emergency crews combed the scene for additional victims through the night. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear warned. UPS Flight 20, okay, we already said that. Anyway, there's all kinds of video and stuff going on from that crash on X if you want to see it. I showed you the main one, especially that trucker. I couldn't imagine that going on anywhere near me. So, if you pray for those who are dead or injured, and pray for, sanctity for the city of Louisville. Other things that are popping up on the main news today as I open up X, the Affordable Care Act subsidies expiration risk doubling premiums for millions during shutdown. Now, this is X's Grok, who aggregates what people are saying on the internet about stuff. And again, as I've said multiple times, when they say risk doubling premiums for millions during the shutdown, it means that they're going to be going back to paying what they were before the emergency subsidies during COVID. It doesn't mean that they're doubling their premiums. It means that the artificially lowered premiums are going back to what they were. And when Democrats say something's temporary, of course, if it's a government program, they never say it's not really temporary. But here's this is aggregated from what people are saying on X. Open enrollment for the 2026 Affordable Care Act coverage started November 1st, but enhanced subsidies expiring December 31st could more than double average monthly premiums for millions without congressional intervention. Now, again, it's as designed. I've always had this question too about the Affordable Care Act. Now, when I worked for a very large mortgage company, okay, I worked for a very large mortgage company for quite a while, and I went there from a smaller company where my healthcare premiums were this, okay. When I got to this larger company, because it's a large company and had a large group coverage, my premiums went down to about $300 a month, right? So I was working for that company for quite a while. And then I decided to leave that company and go to a smaller kind of, I wouldn't say mom and pop broker, whatever, small broker. And my premiums went from like $300 to about $1,100 a month, because it was there wasn't a group. You have group coverage, you have a lower cost, right? And so that's when I decided to go back to work UPS again and just get my healthcare through UPS, work part time there, and then I worked my job, and then eventually I retired from that job. I've always wondered why the so-called Affordable Care Act would not be like a giant group coverage as if it was a large company. Why are these insurance companies that do Affordable Care Act premiums, why isn't it just like a large group coverage? Somehow Democrats made it so the insurance companies could profit quite handsomely for having ACA coverage. And again, here's the thing. Good morning, Select a Boy, good morning.
Yeah, boy.
When the government pays for shit, it seems like companies that sell shit to the government don't have any real limits on what they can charge. So give it an example. We saw that video several weeks ago. We played the video about when drugs that Medicare pay for and how much they pay for them. Okay, it was some drug that for Medicare they were paying like $600 per dose for a certain drug. But if you went to your pharmacist and tried to buy that drug over the counter, just on your own with no insurance, it would cost you $35. Medicare was paying $600 for the exact same dosage of a drug. And that's because when the government's paying for it, no one checks how much they charge. Nobody cares how much they charge. Yes, AD, exactly. Same thing with like college tuition. When everyone could just get an easy loan for college tuition, well, the colleges could just raise how much they cost, and you're still gonna get loans for it. The ACA should be the largest group coverage in the country because of the number of people on it, and yet they pay more for group coverage than probably, say, UPS, for example, through the union. They pay probably twice as much, supposedly, on this group coverage than companies do. It doesn't make any sense, except for the fact that Democrats are subsidizing health insurance companies. And that's what this subsidy does, too. The subsidy that supposedly are helping people get these artificially lower premiums during COVID and the temporary artificially lowered premiums. Well, they're not giving them to the people who's paying their premiums. They're giving them directly to the insurance companies. So the Democrats are out here subsidizing insurance companies instead of finding ways to get them to lower the cost. It makes zero sense, whatever. Hello, Lindsay. What up? Lindsay, how you doing? Nice to have you here again. So, it's crazy. So anyway, here's what this summary says, because it's what people write on X, and that's the way Grok summarizes it. Open enrollment for the 2026 Affordable Care Act coverage started November 1st, but enhanced subsidies expiring December 31st could more than double average premiums for millions without congressional intervention. Democrats, including Senator Alyssa Slotkin and Tammy Baldwin, share constituent stories of sharp increases on X, blaming Republicans for blocking extensions amid the 35-day government shutdown that began October 1st. Bipartisan lawmakers, led by Representatives Don Bacon and Tom Suozzi, proposed 2-year extension with reforms like income caps and fraud checks, while critics point to the ACA's 2010 design mandating comprehensive benefits that's driving up costs, which they do. You can't pick and choose coverages on the ACA. And they also made it harder for private insurance coverage to pick and choose coverage. So instead of getting like full blown, I need the coverage for everything, a young person might want to just get like a health maintenance organization where they just go and, kind of pay to get checkups and shit. Or they require men to get abortion coverage. They require, everyone has to pay for everyone's pap smears and whatnot. Now, granted, I know women's health costs a little bit more than men's. I get it. And it sucks. But, men have more shit done. Women go to more doctor's appointments than men, too, because men are lazy and don't, whatever. Hello, Renee Miette. What up? Or did I say hi to you already? I don't know. Close enough. I'm saying it again. There you go. So anyway, now let's see. What's this? This is a perfect explanation for Obamacare and why the Democrats are keeping the government shut down. Well, let's see what this lady says. It says it's the perfect explanation for Obamacare. Well, let's see if this is the perfect explanation. We'll find out. We'll play this clip right here.
The Affordable Care Act never made health insurance affordable.
Ding.
Because it was never meant to. That was never the
That's
goal.
true.
This was always just a deal between Democrats and insurance companies to
Yep.
line each other's pockets.
Yep.
Democrats basically went to insurance companies and said, we know how to get you the most money possible.
Mm-hmm.
And in return, how you guys are going to give us the most money possible
Yep.
for our campaign.
Oh,
We're going
yes.
to let you guys keep setting absurdly high rates for premiums and procedures. Then we're going to make individuals and families pay part of that absurdly high cost.
Yep.
Then we'll just cover the rest of it with taxpayer dollars so that they think they're paying less. They also said, we're going
damn.
to make you even more money because
And again, what's crazy about that, Obamacare, the people who use the Affordable Care Act would be probably the largest group coverage in the country if they treated it like group coverage they do for companies. I mean, here, Siri, how many people use the Affordable Care Act for their health insurance? 24 million consumers. 24 million. I don't think there's a company in the country that comes close to that for their group coverage. It's not group coverage. I know, but I'm saying it should be. I guarantee you, there's not a single company in the country that's paying $1,000 a month per employees if they have group coverage. Like we have group coverage where we don't have to pay. I just pay union dues, but the union pays for the group coverage. I guarantee you, they're not paying $1,000 a month for coverage for all of our union members. Not even close. Not even, no way near close. And when I worked for a big company, and I was paying my own premiums, but we got group coverage, right? The company paid part of it. We paid part of it. I wasn't paid anywhere near what they're paying now. Group coverage covers a bunch under the same company. There are a dozen shitty companies in the ACA. I know, but that's what I'm saying. One of those companies could corner the market if they would just have their price. It's a scam between Democrats and insurance companies. Anyway, let her finish.
because we're going to force everybody to participate. And
Yep.
whatever we find them for not.
And that's the other part. Because you're required to participate, no one's going to shop around. You don't get to shop around. These companies don't even have to compete. It's crazy.
Insurance. We'll give that to you too. So the reason that they're freaking out over these ACA subsidies expiring
People
is not
understand.
because they're worried about the cost that it's going to be to us. They're worried about losing their deal with health insurance
Right.
companies. Because if the health insurance companies lose the billions that they're getting from these subsidies, then they really don't have an incentive to keep funding Democrats in their campaigns.
Oh,
So when they say
snap.
that this is really about the American people and making sure that health insurance is affordable,
They
they're
don't
lying.
care.
If that were true, they would be holding the
They
health
don't
insurance
care.
companies accountable and not letting them charge absurd amounts for premiums and procedures,
Get
and do what the
that.
Trump administration is doing, which is actually trying to lower the cost and get our politicians out of our health care instead of making us pay both out of our pocket and out of our tax dollars, while Democrats and health insurance companies get rich.
Exactly. It's crazy. So they talked about the summary said Senator Elizabeth Slotkin. Let's see what she has to say. By the way, just a reminder, the government shut down because of Democrats, not because of Republicans, not because of Donald Trump. I gotta get that out every day. Hello, Anon. 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh, and so now they're all telling sob stories about people whose premiums are going to go up because they're not going to have the special temporary subsidy. So here's a story. She just wrote this down. A woman from Kalamazoo logged into healthcare.gov and discovered her premiums will increase by 600%, going from a little over $100 a month to $720 a month. She told me she may have to go health insurance this year. Oh, but she can't because it's required. So they'll give her a tax penalty if she doesn't, because you have to. And the insurance companies know it, so they don't give a fuck what they charge you. And guess what? What were her premiums before the special help subsidy? That's what I want to know. They keep telling us, oh, they're going to go up, they're going to double, they're going to go up by this much. How much was her premium before you gave the special subsidy, emergency subsidy for COVID, during COVID? And then extended it through the, what do they call that stupid bill? Whatever the Biden bill was that they did. There's this stupid fucking bill that they gave a stupid name that, oh, the Inflation Reduction Act. Fuck you. Anyway. Oh, and here's Tammy Baldwin. Oh, this is the price that a family in Eau Claire will have to pay for their health care plan next year, thanks to Republicans. No, 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 no. Not thanks to Republicans, because the Republicans didn't vote for the Affordable Care Act. The Republicans didn't vote for this subsidy that had an expiration date. The Republicans didn't vote for any of this bullshit. That isn't working the way you said it would. The Affordable Care Act, the Affordable Kiss My Ass Act is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little heated here. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. Fuck. I'm not sorry. Fuck those guys. Anyway, the Trump price hike. No, Trump didn't do this, you asshole. Tammy Baldwin, asshole. This has nothing to do with Trump. This is how the Affordable Care Act was written by Democrats, by Obama, and passed with no Republican votes. This is your fault. You fucked up, and now you want to blame it on somebody else. Stupid bitch! Holy shit. It's amazing these people are stupid. Oh, health insurance in America's a joke. Gold 80 HMO co-insurance, $463. No, that's not bad. Well, I suppose for family care it would be not bad. I don't even know if that's bad anymore. Again, I'm working a part-time job specifically to get health insurance, and I don't pay. I pay for it with union dues. Whatever. So, not a single Republican voted for this shit. Anyway, I mean, what? Yeah, the problem is they didn't treat this when they dreamed up the ACA. I'm not even going to call it Obamacare anymore, although you could, I suppose. When they dreamed this shit up, they didn't treat it like a group plan, which they should have. It should have been the largest group plan in the world. And guess what? The premiums would be so low because there's so many people in the group. No, they didn't treat it like that. They said the government's just going to pay whatever the insurance companies say they want to pay, and then we'll subsidize it. You dumb fucks. I'm losing it. Holy shit. Enough about that. I shouldn't even have opened that tab. The term "and so it begins" is trending mainly because of the elections yesterday. Look, a lot of Democrats are out here crowing, oh, there's a big blue wave and all this other bullshit. Listen, all these elections are crowing about. New Jersey. Isn't New Jersey pretty much a deep blue state? New York City. Did anyone expect them to elect anybody but a Democrat or a socialist or someone who's Democrat adjacent in New York City? What was the last Republican mayor they had? Was that Giuliani? It was Bloomberg a Republican? Not really. Bloomberg's not really a Republican anyway. Look, and Virginia was one of those states that who's Kamala Harris won Virginia by 6%. So is anyone shocked that they elected a Democrat governor and a Democrat lieutenant governor and a Democrat attorney general? I'm not shocked at all. But they flipped a state because the people who were in there got in there on a fluke. And Virginia's full of government employees. And all them government employees who aren't getting paid and aren't getting, having to look up their health care. They all listen to nobody but Democrats in Virginia. And so it's not shocking at all that Virginia has a new Democrat governor. Thank you, Avocado Diablo. Another small bowl of the tip jar. You're still the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Avocado Diablo says they scheduled these subsidies to run out in 2025 on purpose. If they were in power, they would have re-upped them. If not, they would have a year to campaign on people's anger after they ran out for the midterms, promising to redo it. 100%. 100% true. And also, so remember AD, we talked about this the other day when you asked if you think that they were just going to, they're going to wait till after the election to vote to reopen the government. And I said no. They're going to wait till after this Saturday to reopen the government. They got the election. They got Democrats out mad, which whatever. Most of the elections were in Democrat-dominated areas anyway. But there's also a protest this weekend. Another one of those scheduled protests that's going to be spontaneous protest that they've been planning for the last 3 months. And this one is the one where they're going to try to surround the White House and surround the Capitol and surround the Supreme Court. And they're not going to leave until they drive Trump out of office, which isn't going to happen. Wait, the Virginia AG tried to kick a dog this week. Did he? Good God. Yeah, he's the one who said that he wanted to see, not as I was his opponent or somebody, that he wanted to see them dead and their children dying in their mother's arms. That's that guy, Jay Jones. No violence in that rhetoric, is there? Anyway, so Zoran Mandani is going to be the mayor of New York, to which some people are saying, rest in peace, New York. Butthurt maggots lose and suddenly start crying to repeal the 19th. Most of them don't even know what the 19th Amendment is, and until it begins, shut the fuck up. Here's the meme of the day, though. New York City, never forget. 2001 to 2025, we forgot. Oh, shit. Rest in peace, New York. A lot of these going on. There's also one that's, and so it begins. There's one with the Statue of Liberty. There we go. There, Ratio Puerto Rico. There it is. Escaped over New York. 1 year later, where is the free stuff Mamdani promised us? Oh, free. Oh, 1 year later, where's the free stuff? Wait, hold on. I messed that up. Here it is. 1 year later, where's the free stuff Mamdani promised us? There it is. There's your free stuff. You get free head coverings. Holy shit. New Amsterdam will be fucked. Yes. And anyway, now in his speech, Mamdani addressed Trump head on. Trump appeared to acknowledge Mamdani's call out, posting, and so it begins with his True Social site. Here's Mamdani. Someone said the beginning of his speech was a little bit, what's the word? Oh, divisive. Well, I don't know. Let's see what this part of it is that they're posting here. We'll get to that. We'll get to more of this in a minute, but here it is.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching,
I have 4 words for you. Wait, turn the volume up? Is that the 4 words?
Turn the volume up! New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants.
You know, not that I'm not caping for white people here, but the immigrants that built New York City, English, Italian, Irish, brothers and sisters. What immigrants are you talking about? The city built by immigrants. Okay, well, I got you. I know what he's trying to say there, but anyway.
And as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
Which is wrong. I don't know how you do that. But you know, hey, they're voting what they want. We'll see how it works out for them. All right, give me an entire cement truck full of popcorn for this one. I'm just saying, it's going to be interesting. I'm telling you. By the way, what I was going to tell you before though. Oh, let him finish here.
President Trump, when I say this, to get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us. So Donald Trump.
That's an interesting. I'm not sure what that means, Zoran. What the fuck does that mean, Zoran? And is New York City gonna go? Here. Let's do a poll. Will go the way. Let's see another option here. Just a second here. I'm going to give you 2 yeses and 2 no. Okay. There we go. All right, here's the question of the day. Will New York City go the way of London? And you get 2 choices of answers. Wait, what? Must be one. Wait, which? Okay, I see. There's your choices. Did that work? What happened? It disappeared. You didn't get a poll there, did you? Okay, let's try it again. I'm not telling you what my question is. All right, there you go. There's the poll. Will New York go the way of London? Okay, that's a dumb question, but whatever. There, you can answer that poll. Let's move on. Let's see here. Then Trump needs to blame himself because if he was the one who shut this down, he didn't shut the government down. But Donald Trump did not shut down the government. Donald Trump did not shut down the government, you fucking morons. Here we go. New York is trending, obviously, because of Damme. Congratulations to the newly elected mayor of New York City. An incredible accomplishment, only 34 years old, and never had a job before. Let's see. Oh, shipwreck's a good one to see. Blaming conservative infighting for what happened in New York is as out of touch as you can get. We don't have near enough true America First representation, and the few that are here have been attacked ruthlessly for calling out the weak and worthless useless GOP party. Oh, snap. Let's see what she has to say. I may be on board with this.
Well, Johan Man Damme is going to be the new mayor of New York. At the end of the day, it really didn't matter because this is kind of what you're voting for. There's really no
you don't have a choice.
First person in this equation. There was the Republican guy in the beret. I can't think of his name, but even Trump didn't endorse him. He endorsed Cuomo, pictured right here. All the big major conservative talking heads out there who are like, well, this is what happens when you have the entire party doing nothing but argue with each other. That wasn't this.
No, you're in fucking New York City. There are no conservatives in New York City who have any power. It just doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see.
That wasn't this. Was immigration. There's that. Like, people want what they had in their old country and their new one, which I'll never understand, because isn't that the whole reason you came here? There's the free everything, which is what Damme told everybody
Good
he
luck.
was going to give them. They
Good
were
luck.
Gonna, complete rent.
When everything is free, you ain't going to get much of it. Just saying.
Freeze and free stuff, and it's socialism. We've seen through the food stamp files how much people love that shit. They just gobble it up without any regard to where it comes from or how it has to get there. There's an obvious one where people are just sick and tired of the same bullshit from the GOP and the Democratic Party. And in their minds, they're like, well, let's do something new. You're either standing with Israel and Israel first, or you're standing with democratic socialists. Those are the options that you had, because we don't have any America First candidates running in these races. We don't have any America First candidates running in a lot of races that are going to be coming up. He's been ragging on Marjorie Taylor Greene for going on The View, but it seems like everybody that's ragging on her didn't watch it, because a lot of us did. And
True, Lindsay, the reason Trump didn't endorse the redhead guy is because he has TDS. Yes, just another reason that Mandami wins when your opposition is absolute shit. Yep.
It wasn't terrible, and it's kind of exactly what we need right now. He needs to win more people over. It's
going to look like Warriors come out and play. If you've seen the movie Warriors, put a 1 in the chat right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the movie Warriors. Warriors come out and play.
Right, about a lot of things. The GOP is a feckless, hopeless, worthless institution. They all are. Too busy trying to be influencers on the internet, posting selfie after selfie after selfie, to actually do anything for the American people. And when they're not doing that, they're slobbing the knob of Netanyahu, or they're slobbing the knob of Ukraine, which was a lot of the left during the Ukraine conflict. Nobody should be surprised by this. Nobody should.
I'm not.
Well,
Godzilla, what's up?
GOP,
Nice to have you here. Lord Stanhope, what up?
It's gross, and it's done. It's dead. The whole party ideology is dead. That's how this happened. Politics is no different than business. Business 101. If you don't deliver on what you promise, then don't expect return customer. None of us are getting what we were.
No one over the age of 30 hasn't seen that classic. Well, that's good to know. That's a good know. Y'all are
just the way it is.
You are a people of culture if you've seen Warriors.
Could have went 2 ways. Okay, this could have went. We delivered on what we promised. Everything's going to be fine, and we're doing what we told you we would do during campaign season, and we're going to be America first and America only. Or
no one said America only. That's the one thing that you can't always be 100% America only, but you do got to be America first. Again, I liken this to the airplane. They tell you when you get on the airplane, if this plane starts having trouble, you lose cabin pressure, you put on your mask first so you can help the others. And we don't have that mentality here, it seems like. Some do, kind of, but not everybody. And I understand the America fucking only, but we haven't even done the America first part yet. So he's attempting it, but he gets distracted.
Whatever the fuck happened in New York, that's what this is. That's what it was. And anybody that voted for Mandami and that had food stamps and that's no longer getting them, that's what happens, right? It might be good for a while.
Look, and this is the whole thing. Like we were talking, AD brought this up. Democrats are strategically not voting to fund the government through this election. Now, how long can they continue this? Because they're starting to get blamed for it more. There was a time when some people believe that it's Donald Trump's fault, but what can Donald Trump do about it? You missed my rant yesterday about illegals. No, yes, I did. I don't know.
Might be good.
Here, you can watch the rest of her later because I'm running out of time. And Crass's teeth. Watchtower and Mandani celebrate his victory in the city of New York. He's definitely captured Gen Z. MAGA is terrified. Terrified of what? What would anybody be terrified? So we got that whole city of immigrants thing. Elon Musk just got bodied by his own website for trying to spread a lie about the New York City ballot, calling it a scam. Oh yeah, he screwed up because he didn't realize that they multiple parties nominate people, so you can end up twice in the ballot if different parties nominate you. Whatever. So anyway, yeah, this is crazy. I just want to get this right. So the same people who are upset that they can't get food because the government is shut down are willing to vote for a mayor of New York City who wants government-owned grocery stores. That's just it. Anything the government, anything you rely on the government gives you, the government can shut it down anytime they want. This should be all these people on Snap that, and I'm including my relatives who I love and actually need it, because they're not, what is it? The elderly or, people in dire situations, I can understand it. Or as part of a Social Security, because a lot of people in Social Security are eligible for SNAP, which I can understand. But I can't understand the people who are the able-bodied people who have no excuse other than this is how they grew up. There are people who just been on like third generations of this shit. There was an example the other day of a woman who's been on it 30 years. She's 52 years old. She's been on Snap for 30 years. How did you get on Snap when you were 20 years old? You're able-bodied right now. How did you get on Snap when you were 20? I don't get it. But I remember when I was, it's funny. I remember when I was in college, there were some people who got like government subsidized food in college because they were students and they applied for it because they don't make money, so they can prove they don't make money, but they're college students. They get food at the dorm. They could get government cheese because they're college students. I'm like, what? Why the fuck do you need government cheese? You've got a cafeteria right over there. But they would just do it because they could. Oh, fuck. 26 billionaires spent $22 million to stop Zohran Mamdani from becoming mayor of New York City. Hey, you know what? Alex Soros, a billionaire, is arm in arm with Zohran Mamdani. It's not because our billionaires are better than your billionaires. What the fuck are you talking about? That's all it is. They complain about billionaires, except they never complain about their own billionaires. You ever notice that? They always want to talk about Elon Musk or what the fuck, Amazon, fuck face, Jeff Bezos or whatever. But they don't talk about the billionaires that support them, like Soros and Jay-Z and Taylor Swift. Those are all billionaires too, assholes. How many of them are donating to your government? How about if all those billionaires on their side would just donate half of their net worth to the government, that would last for another week, Holy shit, these people are stupid. All right, I'm already out of time, but I'm going to go through some of these other hashtags or things that are trending. Rest in peace, New York. Apparently, this was a parade in New York City on some Muslim holiday. Okay, so yeah, that's great. Conservatives, after typing the word "Rest in peace, New York" and pressing post. Yeah, anyway, welcome. Woke is back. He won Rest in Peace, New York City. Welcome to Cuba, where you have to line up to eat bread. Yeah, those government grocery stores are going to be lit. I'm just telling you. Other things trending because of this. Alex Soros again. Our millionaires are better than your millionaires. And there we go. There's Mamdani and Alex Soros. Huh? Beautiful, beautiful. And let's see, Gavin McGinnis warning people. Lots of pictures of Soros and Mamdani. Yeah, they're mad at millionaires unless it's their billionaires. And then socialist is trending. Viral X post ignites socialism versus capitalism debate with 24,000 engagements on November 4th. Post by Kazan Asidu on X stating socialists redistribute the wealth that capitalists create, garnered over 24,000 engagements, sparking heated exchanges on economic systems. Critics highlight the failures in the Soviet Union and Venezuela, arguing redistribution stifles innovation, while supporters advocated for social democracies like Sweden and Norway that are not socialist. And they will tell you loudly, they are not socialists. They're not. To call them social democracy is just a weird way to try to paint them as socialists, which they're not. They do have higher taxes and they do provide more government services. But the idea that they're socialist, they're capitalist nations. It's just fucking stupid. They do not control the means of production in their countries at all. Yeah, which is more communist, but whatever. Socialists redistribute the wealth that capitalists create. That's 100% accurate. 100% accurate. Why is socialism a bad thing? Because it's pie in the sky dreaming that disregards human nature and the nature of people who want to be in power. And the idea that everyone's equal or everyone should have equal outcomes is stupid, because even in socialist countries that were totally socialist, the equal outcomes means everybody suffers because there's a lack of innovation and a lack of gumption to get up and do some shit. That's why. Socialism is pie in the sky bullshit. People, you gotta, if you're gonna eat, if you're gonna work, you gotta eat. Can't just rely on someone else to do it for you. That's why. Anyway, communism also trending. Virginia, the Republicans won. There was a shift. Every county in Virginia shifted blue. Every single one. They even the counties that Sears won. That's because they're racist. That's my answer. Because Virginia's racist. That's why Sears lost. I'm just using their own bullshit. Voter IDs trending. Well, yeah, we'll get into that. GOP's trending because they lost a bunch of places. If you let us take away your health care, we will let you eat. That's such a bullshit line. But boy, some idiots are eating it up and believing it as if the Republicans are the one who are keeping the government shut. They voted 17 times to open the government. Democrats have voted 17 times to not let it open for leverage on poor, hungry people. And Mandami tried to claim that somehow the White House had something to do with bomb threats at different polling places around the country, which included polling places that were generally known as red polling places. So there's a bunch of articles open here. That's it. I can't be doing this. New York exit polls. Voter in New York City, California, New Jersey want to keep sanctuary state policies. Gee, in the heavily blue states, they want sanctuary cities. No shit. Democrats be Democratin'. Let's see what else here. Here's the ACE aggregator. Breitbart, Democrat-run California spends billions on illegals' health care while undercutting police. Yes, they do, and they try to bill it back to Medicare. That's why when they say, "Oh, illegal aliens aren't eligible for Medicare," well, except for those states that do their own system and get reimbursed by Medicare, then they are subsidizing illegal aliens, even if it's indirectly. Well, they can't apply for Medicare. No, but they're going to apply for CalCare. And then CalCare asks for the reimbursements. That's why when they tried to make a law to make it illegal to have Medicare dollars go to illegal aliens, California said, "Oh shit, we're going to have to cut back on CalCare for illegal aliens." That's why. They're lying. They're lying when they say it doesn't happen. It's bullshit. They're lying and they know it. They're playing semantics. Moving on. Top Senate Democrat claims federal workers are happy to endure the shutdown to oppose Trump. That's Chris Van Hollins. Yes, federal workers love not getting paid. That's their favorite. They'll do anything to oppose Trump. Good God. What a fucking moron. Trump says no to SNAP. This is all on Democrats and we won't budge. So this whole thing, by the way, of the SNAP benefits not being paid, and then Trump had a judge come out and said they can use the contingency funds to fully fund SNAP, except they can't fully fund SNAP because the contingency fund, which is for emergencies that do not include political emergencies created by Democrats, wouldn't even cover one full month of SNAP anyway. A program that takes $8 billion a month to run, and there's only $6 billion in the contingency fund. So when he says, "I'm not going to fully fund SNAP this month, and he's going to do about half," that's because he doesn't have the money to do it all, unless, of course, he decides to be a king and decree it To which the Democrats would then be like, well, what does he think? He's king? But right now they want him to be king because they know they don't have a fucking leg to stand on. Did that make sense? I don't know. I don't care. I'm on fire today. They're going to, Representative Brandon Gill has introduced articles of impeachment against U.S. District Judge James Boasberg due to his role in the Arctic frost investigation. Oh, shit. You'll have to read that one. That's a good one. Email shows Comey authorized leak, expected to work for the President Clinton. Oh, man, they put out a trove of stuff. And it doesn't look good for Mr. Comey. It's a good article to read in Legal Insurrection. Breitbart, Jack Smith sees Trump's government-issued phone, subpoenaed his call, and unprecedented action. During the Arctic frost investigation, we found that special counsel seized President Trump's government-issued phone. This means the Biden administration turned over President Trump's phone to special counsel, and unprecedented action. In addition, special counsel subpoenaed all of President Trump's personal phone records. We can never allow this kind of government action and weaponization in America. I have submitted these new documents to our partners on Capitol Hill. I commend our team at the FBI for working diligently to expose this. They're finding a lot of shit that these fuckers did. The shady shit, I'm just saying. And then finally, in National Pulse, Pfizer COVID vaccine sales have plunged. They have plunged after RFK changes guidance. Yeah, I think they were expecting to make millions and billions on COVID for in perpetuity, and RFK threw some hot water or cold water on that shit. So, all right, is that it? That's all I can do today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, if you want to see naked bodies doing weird shit, one of those tabs, the Happy Hump Day or Hump Day or Happy Hump, whatever, that's for your viewing pleasure, not my kind of thing. But there's also a lot of great articles in the aggregate. What's going on my one page? There it is. Okay. But there are lots of other great articles in the aggregator. There's lots of stuff in those topic threads that I post every day. I hope you get some viewing and educational pleasure out of those. So here are the links from today. Copy and paste. I'll just put links. There's today's links in the chat. I'll also have them in the description. I gotta go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Tomorrow, FTG Thursday. I'll probably have a few tomorrow. I was kind of light on them today. Well, because it's not FTG Thursday, but I'm going to have a few tomorrow. I guarantee it. I hope you have a wonderful friggin' day. Gotta go. My name's PDawgKnight, and I am out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.